So let's talk about this topic about cops and being black in America, and how, I guess over the course of like hundreds and hundreds of years, obviously we know history and what happened to us as a culture, as a people here in America. But just as everyone shouldn't group all of us together and say we are this type of people and we are going to react this type of way, I feel the same way when it comes to police officers. I train 2 police officers. I know another one, and I know them well. Actually, in my lifetime, I've known quite a few. And my experiences growing up in South Central LA, I'm not going to lie, I had horrible experiences from 99.9% of the police officers that I've ever encountered. But it created a bias within me about police officers, so it gave me a sense of being very careful when I'm even doing good. And being careful, you don't want to say or do anything, because if you do, you feel as a black man that they can plant and put anything on you that they can. But as you grow and you mature and so forth and so on, you kind of know and you follow the rules and you do X, Y, and Z. And then I had an opportunity to just spend about a year with one of my clients, Joe. Now, me and Joe spent 5 to 6 days a week for 365 days a year. And he's a cop, been a cop for 11 years in Chicago. And I have to say this, one of my closest friends, because this guy, if I ever needed him for anything, would be there, ride or die, no matter what. And he's white. White as snow. But the one guy that I know that if I call on to, he'll be right there. So I can't clump everybody into this madness, because everybody isn't into this madness. But the issue exists. And with this issue existing, understand this. When you come across an individual, judge them for that person and who they are. Understand that the hundreds of years of progression, or lack thereof, has existed to the point of where we are today. Now, it's the implosion that is taking place. Before, we used to beg and ask and plead and please, we shall overcome, give it to us, please, 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 please. But that frustration turned to anger, and that anger turned to hate, and that hate turned to acts of violence. And unfortunately, those acts of violence, black people, guess what? We do it amongst ourselves. We are the fastest dying culture in this country, and most of us kill us. That's when we need to step back and take a look at us. Because how can you take for 1 second another person's life who's innocent, 5 years old, 6 years old, 7 years old? When you are on a hunt for somebody else, you don't care what person is in front of you, you will annihilate a baby. How can you go to bed and sleep at night? So when you look at the crux of the matter started 400 years ago, and now it's manifested into what exists today. But I can tell you this, as the individual you are, take a step back and take your life back. Because that's what we fail to do. Everybody, it's easy to point the finger at everybody else. But step up, look at the reflection in your mirror, and change you. Because if you don't begin to change you, this madness will exist. Because listen to me, you're going to see me walking down the street all the time. You're going to see me walking in your airports all the time. Yes, to most I am intimidating. But I'm one of the nicest people you will ever come across. But I'm passionate about life, and I'm passionate about everyone's life, particularly the struggling youth in urban communities today. So take back your life, stop being trained, stop being the black zombie that this culture and this manifestation is creating you to be, because it is not you. It is not you. Love life and live right.